Dana White finally remembered that he owns the UFC, and he just came back with some absolutely huge fight announcements. And the first one that I'm going to talk about will be Ilia Topuria is taking on Charles Oliveira at UFC 317 on June 28th. And I am so hyped for this fight. And something that a lot of people probably aren't going to agree with and aren't going to like is I don't think Ilia Topuria sleeps Charles Oliveira. I don't think he does, man. Honestly, I don't think either of these guys sleep each other, okay? Something that I can absolutely see Ilia Topuria doing, and which is what I think he will do. I think he's going to drop Oliveira and hop on a sub and tap out Oliveira, dude. I'm sorry, I see it happening so clearly. Ilia Topuria drops Oliveira with a big shot, hops on a submission, and taps out Oliveira. Just to say that you submitted Charles Oliveira. I mean, that's just insane to even say. But on a real note, if we look at this fight, it's a lot closer than many people think. Ilia Topuria is one of the most overrated fighters in the UFC, in my opinion. He KO'd a weight drain Max Holloway, and he KO'd Volk, which basically anyone can KO Volk. Anyone can chin Volk, right? Or no, let me say this. Almost any of these featherweights, they have the power to chin Volk. Not many of them have the skill to chin Volk. And that's what I really respect Ilia Topuria for. But I think his power is overrated, and I don't think it's going to translate that well. I mean, his KOs are nice, but nothing crazy. He KO'd Ryan Hall, Jai Herbert, Volk, and Max Holloway. The Max Holloway KO, although very impressive, he was moving down from lightweight, so he had the hardest weight cut of his entire career after moving up and really filling out to lightweight, having to come back down to fight Ilia Topuria at featherweight. That never works for people, okay? Second of all, Volk. Almost any featherweight has the power to chin Volk. Not many of them have the skill, I understand, but almost any of them have the power to chin Volk, all right? And third of all, Ilia Topuria is very small for the lightweight division. He said that he walks around about 175 to 180, but he's only about 5'6", dude. Maybe 5'7", maybe, right? I think Oliveira is going to be a lot bigger than him in there, and I do think that Oliveira is going to have his moments, no doubt. And honestly, I think Oliveira is going to be winning the fight up till the KO or the submission that I think Ilia Topuria will get. I think it'll be round 4. They're in the clinch. Oliveira breaks away from the clinch. Ilia Topuria throws a big winging right hand at Charles Oliveira off the break of the clinch. I think he'll drop Oliveira bad, and I think he'll hop on a submission and tap out Charlie Olives in round 4. Okay? But I do think that Oliveira is going to be winning the fight up to that moment, and I think that Charles Oliveira is going to really be able to get his grappling going on Ilia Topuria. I feel like Charles Oliveira is going to be able to take down Ilia Topuria at least a few times, and I think that he's going to be able to put the hands on Ilia Topuria from range. I think Ilia is super overrated coming up to lightweight. Like, severely, dude. Severely. I get that Ilia Topuria is, like, amazing. Like, he is amazing. He is an amazing fighter. He's a UFC champion, and I do think that he does beat Charles Oliveira. But, dude, like, Ilia Topuria is not invincible or unstoppable. And Ilia Topuria will not just shut any lightweight's lights out with a shot. He took Max to round 3. He took Volk to the end of round 2. He was getting outstruck in both of those fights. Holloway outstruck him by 9. Volk outstruck him by 12. I think he's overrated. I think he's going to beat Oliveira, but I think he's overrated. Charles Oliveira, coming off of a very lackluster win over Michael Chandler, is now looking to fight Ilia Topuria, and the step up in competition from Chandler to Topuria is just crazy, dude. Like, absolutely crazy. And it's also going to be for the vacant lightweight belt after Islam did all that talking about not vacating the lightweight belt and that he's going to come down and defend his lightweight belt again and all this. But nope, Islam vacated. He's going to be permanently staying at welterweight, and we're going to get Olivera Ilia Topuria for the vacant lightweight title. And I think Ilia Topuria gets it done. Let me know what you guys think. But moving on to the next fight, we got Khamzat Chimaev official, is going to be taking on Dricus du Plessis at UFC 319 in Chicago. Amazing fight. Amazing fight. And here's another hot take that I don't know if many people are going to like or not. Dricus beats Khamzat. Dricus beats Khamzat Chimaev. He's going to beat Khamzat Chimaev, all right? I'm sorry. Dricus is going to win. You could sue me on that one. Dricus is going to win. Khamzat Chimaev, I get he went to toe-to-toe with Gilbert Burns, but his striking is very lackluster. Kamaru Usman on short notice up a weight class, put hands on him on the feet, and survived him. Survived him fairly easily. I hate to say this, guys, but Khamzat Chimaev's 10-8, it might have been the weakest 10-8 in UFC history, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I get that Khamzat Chimaev is very, very good and very, very dominant in the grappling, and he has an amazing, amazing first round almost every single time. But if he doesn't finish you in the first, it's been proven that he's beatable. And although he's never gone 5 rounds with anyone, and he's never gone past the 3rd round with anybody, but I'm very, very intrigued to see how Khamzat Chimaev is going to perform. I'm very, very intrigued to see how Khamzat's going to perform against Dricus du Plessis in rounds 3, 4, and 5. I mean, I don't think he chokes out Dricus in the first round. I don't. I think Dricus is going to survive him. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Dricus shot a takedown on Khamzat, you know? It seems like a real Dricus-y thing to do. I think Dricus is going to shoot on Khamzat in round 1. You guys can go ahead and clip me on this. Dricus du Plessis is going to shoot on Khamzat Chimaev in round 1. Sue me on it. Sue me on it. I don't think he gets it, but I think he'll do it, right? Just to, throw Khamzat off a little bit. Khamzat Chimaev, nobody's ever shot a takedown on him, So it's like, I'm very, very intrigued to see how that fight plays out. But Dana White finally announced some absolutely amazing fights. And although there are a few other fights that he announced, these 2 fights are what I'm here to talk about today. These fights are absolutely amazing, absolutely huge fights in the UFC. I'm so excited that Dana White's finally starting to make some moves. Final predictions, lock it in. Give me Dricus du Plessis by decision, and give me Ilia by 4th round submission. Who's with me?